Hello, and welcome back to Pokemon Blue version. We are continuing where we left off last episode and making our way through Mount Moon. As we see here, I actually have not healed up any since last episode. I will use one of my few remaining potions to get Paracy up because I'm already enjoying using him, even though I'm just using two moves. But hey, you can have unlikely favorites. So as we go on, when we see these ladders, it is somewhat recommended to take them because we can come across different items and get a few extra battles in. So due to some of the risk, I'm trying to avoid certain battles when I can. Okay, we come up here. TM01. What is TM01? Use. First up, it contains Mega Punch. Ooh. So Gimbu can learn Mega Punch. I don't want to teach it. I think I'm gonna hold off. Sorry about that. So Mega Punch is a fairly strong physical move. It's normal type, but it trades accuracy for that. So it's not necessarily the best. I mean, instead of 100% accuracy, it has 90%. So that's where it can kind of be risky because you do have more of a chance to miss versus normal moves. They don't really have a chance to miss. Asterisk on that. Get to that kind of, it's like I kind of mentioned it last episode. But a lot of moves like Scratch here can't necessarily miss unless you get certain status effects applied on you, like Sand Attack lowering your accuracy. Now you can start missing more when you shouldn't normally. So, when I mean that they have 100% accuracy, asterisk, this is due to what's known as the 256 glitch. So, one kind of drawback to red, blue, and yellow version is some of their coding. As in, there can be a lot of glitches with these games. Oh, we got poison again. And one of those glitches is known as the 256 glitch. So basically, because with electronics, when they are programmed, they use a language called binary, like ones and zeros. Let's use an antidote real quick to cure that poison on Gimbo. And due to the systems, only being able to have so many data points, and also if you click on that rock, you get a hidden item. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing the math right, just because I don't want to be wrong on this, mainly because I teach this much. Yes. So, in this game, this is an 8-bit game, which means we have kind of 8 numbers we can deal with, ranging from 0 to 255. And what this means is there is a chance that if you get technical, like it rolls this odd thing, it does the calculations, and you happen to hit just right, that number rolls over to be 256. Well, in an 8-bit system, you can only have 0 to 255. So what happens when you hit that 256? Well, it rolls back over to the start and becomes 0. And if you have a 0% accuracy, you don't hit. So this means moves that were supposed to be guaranteed to hit miss only 1 out of 256 times. So that's just kind of the nature of the programming. Later on, they will correct this. So starting in Generation 2 and all that, that's not a concern anymore. Yeah, I'll keep Parasite in for a little bit more. We're running low on scratches, so we're about to have to start using other ones, but we're also kind of near the end of this dungeon. So I have a trade-off. Ooh, Parasite. Oh, hangs in there. Okay. I could risk it to get that knockout if the paralysis happens, but didn't want to risk it. Oh, it really used Tail Whip. Part of me was like the AI had to know I was switching, but I don't think it actually did. I just think that was a kind of unlucky situation. Okay, it's too bad. Yeah, I'll switch out to IRC again. Just get those extra levels. This sound. When I was younger, when I played these games, I hated the low health sound so much. I literally just play with no volume just so I didn't have to hear it. And in turn, this is kind of nice background music. I always enjoyed the music from this first game. Okay. They are down. Okay. So, I have 1 potion left. I have to get used to the control. So I could heal up Parasite, but unfortunately, with his so few HP, I kind of don't want to do that. Okay, I only just picked up the Moonstone. This is actually a fairly important item because this is known as an evolution stone. So, in the game, there are different types of stones you can get. First being this Moonstone, and it allows certain Pokemon to evolve. So if I use this, we can see, hey, Kaiser is able to evolve now. So we could actually evolve Kaiser into his final form right now. And he can steamroll. But there's some trade-offs to it. I'm going to hold off actually on doing this because I don't want to just get a super powerful Pokemon right away. I mean, we're going to end up having some team members that may be better than Kaiser in certain ways, but just to get his final stage already, I feel like it's kind of pushing it. So I'm going to hold off, even though it would be fun. But if you're trying to beat this game quickly, it is recommended if you haven't done the glitch to get like the level 100 Nidoking. This is how you get a Nidoking quickly. You level up, get a Nidorino, and immediately evolve him once you get this Moonstone. Okay, one more level. Heresy will be matching up with Kaiser and Ginbu. Just sticking to that switch training because unfortunately doesn't have any more moves besides Scratch, and he would not be that useful anyways against these Geodudes. Luckily, Ginbu can knock them out extremely quickly. And Ginbu reaches level 17. Onyx. So, we kind of like finding a stronger version of, well, not necessarily a stronger version of Brock, kind of like a different version of Brock already. Switch back out to Ginbu. Ooh, a big old tackle that's arguably weaker than a Pidgey's tackle because Onyx does not have stab with it. And there goes Onyx. Alright. We are finally approaching the end of this cave. Okay, back after a small pause due to a slight coughing fit. Alright, nope. Ginbu. Oh, I'm about to send out Kaiser. Let me get him. Hold up. Let's keep going. There's an item there. I think in other games there's an item up there, and I just had that on the brain. Alright. Sorry for just being quiet for a second. Oh, Raticate. Raticate is the evolved form of Rattata. So, gotta get into some stronger Pokemon. A few evolutions every now and then. Hyper Fang. One of, Raticate's kind of signature moves. Hits pretty hard. So we kind of have to, that did not do as much as I thought. Okay, keep going with Horn Attack. Alright, one more should knock it out, hopefully. Luckily, it did not use another Hyper Fang. And down goes Raticate. And Kaiser grows to level 17. Alright, well, I'm going to use this last potion on Kaiser because try to get through this. We're getting close to the end. This is where Parasy can kind of come in handy because if we're not able to run, maybe he'll take the hit. Kind of hate doing it, and just like that. Might give us the chance to run. Of course, it was a critical hit. Let's see if we can run. Hopefully. No. Okay, we got away safe. Alright, Kaiser's up front. So maybe he'll help us run a bit quicker. Or be able to run a lot better. This is where Repel could come in actually some good use. But we're right at that end. And I believe this is like our final member of Team Rocket. I didn't really mention that first, but in this game, there's an evil organization known as Team Rocket. And what makes logical sense as a 10-year-old boy, you're going to be tasked with defeating them. Or you keep meddling with it, and eventually have to defeat them. We're just kind of stopping their simple plans right now. From what it sounds like, taking fossils. Supersonic. There's no running from a trainer battle. That's one thing that sometimes kind of stinks, is just not fully paying attention. Get your own trainer battle, try to run, because hey, there's plenty of Zubats here. I've been running from all of them before. Alright, let me switch Gambu up front because he's doing good, but everyone else is out. Percy's out, and Kaiser's getting low. Should be able to run from this since you do so slow. Alright. Oh, come on. We're almost there. Run. Alright. If we come over here, we can find one more Moonstone. So, if you want to, you can evolve both Nidoran, male and female, all the way. Or if you happen to get a Clefairy, you can evolve that too. Hey, stop! I found these fossils. They're both mine. The super nerd wants to fight. Sends out Grimer. Grimer is a pure poison type. And is decently defensive. Ooh, Disable. So Disable is a unique type of kind of status move that doesn't inflict like kind of a normal thing. It's not like burn and all that, or sleep as we see in Confusion. But instead, it prevents you from using a move. It disables that move for a bit. Okay, I need to probably switch into Kaiser here, because if Voltorb happens to have an electric move, that can do some extra damage to Genbu. So let's go for a Horn Attack. We outspeed it. But luckily it doesn't do too much. And that's out. Kaiser grows to level 18. Coughing. Okay, Coughing is another pure poison type. And if you notice here, in this sprite artwork, it's upside down from what it normally looks like. This is a quirk of actually blue version. From Japan. So they made the sprite this. If you look at the red and green sprites, he was normal. Eyes were and mouth were above the skull symbol. But for the release of Pocket Monster Blue version, they swapped it around. And so when they decided to use that for the American version, they kept it. Get moved to level 18. Okay, I'll share. Alright, so now we get a choice between two fossils. Do you take the dome fossil? Or do you take the helix fossil? So both of these fossils will end up giving you, I'm just making sure I have the typings correct. Yes, a rock water type Pokemon. If you think you might want to use one of these, this will be a choice for a party member available fairly later on. But the Helix fossil is the more defensive fossil with a big focus on special attack, whereas the dome fossil is more physically offensive and defensive. The dome fossil is also going to end up being faster with a speed of 80, whereas the helix fossil will be a lot slower, so it's more tanky. I'm going to go with the helix fossil. Praise the Lord to helix. But it's really up to you. Unfortunately, you're only allowed to get one fossil per playthrough. So you kind of need to be wise to which one you pick. And with this, we are finally outside of Mount Moon, Route 4, Mount Moon to Cerulean City. Alright, so we can move on our way, heading to Cerulean City. And I believe up here, is it? I think this is the area. Yep. We can find a Great Ball. A Great Ball is a upgraded version of the Pokeball. So the Pokeball has what would be known as a 1x catch rate. So it does this calculation. It gets a 1x modifier to like the catch rate, whereas the Great Ball gives a 1.5 times modifier. So it's better at catching things. Okay. Before you continue, we are reaching a point of no return for a while. So we can go through here, it's fine. You can be careful around the ledges. You probably don't want to jump them because over here, once you jump this ledge south like I just did, or the ledge to my right of that, you're unable to go back to Pewter City for a decent amount of time. So make sure you do not jump that ledge. I kind of didn't mean to, so hopefully you did not do it at the same time as me. But if you did, welcome to Cerulean City, the home of the second gym town, or second gym, which we will be exploring Cerulean City and the area north of it next time on Let's Play Pokemon Blue version.